What's going on, everybody? I'm your average gamer, and today I have a Battlefront 2 video for you. Now, this isn't something I normally post. I play it every now and again. The game can definitely get underneath my skin, so I try to stay away from it. But I like Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and it just kind of sucks that there isn't a whole lot of Star Wars options when it comes to video games, unlike, you know, movies and TV shows. Anyway, if you enjoyed this game or the gameplay, you can show your support by liking the video. That would mean an absolute ton. And be sure to comment down below games that you love to play and would like to see be played. As always, I love y'all and stay smooth. So I'm going to try to do a commentary. This entire video I don't talk at all because I'm playing with randoms. I tend not to when playing with randoms. But fortunately enough for me, my randoms were not bad. And that kind of is like the entire story when it comes to this game is if you're gonna play heroes versus villains, you're playing it solo, right? Anyways, if you're playing it solo, then you're probably one of two things will happen. You're either gonna shit on the enemy team so bad, okay, that they're either gonna leave or just get pummeled, okay, or you're gonna get shit on. Those are like the only two things that happen. It's like, yeah, there's sometimes some really competitive good matches, which are extremely fun. But majority of the times, like, if you don't play with a group of friends, you're gonna get shit on by a group of friends. Or at least that's what it feels like to me. Not saying that, like, Star Wars Battlefront 2 needs a competitive mode or anything, even though that would be quite fun. It's one of those things where it's like, if Call of Duty has a skill-based matchmaking, I feel like Star Wars should too, in the sense that it's a 4v4, so everyone on your team kind of matters. You know, it's like, you can be so good at this game, like crazy good at this game, but if you're playing other good players, right, and your team isn't that great, you're not going to do well. And that's the thing that kind of sucks too, is like, if everyone on your team's doing well, you should be doing well. You know, because your assist counts as eliminations in this game. Which is like, I don't know how I feel about that, but it's okay, you know. Again, like, it's a team-based game. And it took me forever to even look at it that way, because I used to only be a Saber hero, and I would only be like, 1v1, you know, you can't 1v1 in your trash. And I have a whole totally different mindset than that now. It's like, I see why the blasters are in the game, I see why grenades are in the game. It's like, I'm starting to get an understanding of why all these quote-unquote broken things are in the game. And it's because that's how you're supposed to play it. You know, it's like you're not supposed to walk around as Count Dooku just slicing everything up, even though that can be immensely fun. You know, Dooku's more of a duelist, and that's, you know, he even has a move called Duelist, but that's his whole purpose, is he's gonna slay other Saber heroes, or just other heroes in general. And that's a cool concept, and I like that. And about a week ago, I just started playing Han, and I fell in love. It's like, I never really experimented too much. I would only stick to, like, the same Saber heroes, you know, Anakin and Obi-Wan, and I never played any blaster heroes. You know, if everyone picked Annie and Obi-Wan, I'd pick Rey. You know, I would always just be a Saber hero or something. And then I had one of my friends get on, and he was playing all these blaster heroes, and I was like, you know, like, I'm curious to why he's only playing blaster heroes, and it's because they're so fun. You know, like, as soon as I started playing Han, I immediately played Boba Fett and realized that, yeah, this game's trash. This game's so bad. And a game that's like meant to have duels and everything, you have somebody flying around in a jetpack blinding you and shooting you with rockets. So yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. So as you can see, we just had finished game 1, and what was really crazy about game 1 is that when I joined, we were down like 8 eliminations, and something that I realized immediately is that my team's not bad. And that's what the crazy part is that they're down this much, and they're not terrible. And it's like the enemy team wasn't super great either. But that goes to show exactly what I was saying earlier about team balancing and how important it is. Because when I joined the game, it took a dramatic change. And no, I'm not saying that I single-handedly won it or anything like that. Like, the only reason we ended up winning is because we played as a team. I do think I'm alright at this game. It took me a while to kind of figure it out. And to be alright at video games, to be good at video games, it's not just being good mechanically, right? It's understanding the game itself. So, like, what moves do what, you know, when to dodge and stuff like that. Like, a bunch of things that take experience to play. You know, before, again, it's like I never would play a blaster hero until I realized like how much damage some of them really do. Here I am thinking that the saber heroes are like the most OP thing, but that's not the case. You know, it's kind of like the movies where it's like saber heroes are more defensive, or at least that's how the Jedis are supposed to be, you know? And if you play that way, that's how you can tell what team is good or not. If they got, you know, Leia and Han in the back, and you got two saber heroes just kind of running around them, protecting them, that's how you know a team's gonna be a little bit sweaty. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just, if that team is gonna be like that, and then I got, you know, a level 1 Darth Vader not knowing how to block, because I've seen that before, that's the shit that stresses me out. Like, I don't want to be in that game, okay? I'm fine with playing those super sweaty people. You know, just give me at least teammates competent. I at least want a chance. You know, like, if I mess up and we lose, that's on me. If my teammates mess up and we lose, then hey, like, that's on them. But if it's just one person who's just constantly dying, and then having the other good players on our team back out because of that reason, it just sucks, and it makes the game not fun. I've single-handedly seen just 2 teammates basically lose the game for me and my friend. And so I just recently started playing this game again, and I never really had played it with a friend. And if you don't or something, find somebody that plays this game, because it can be extremely fun when you're playing it with a group of friends. But anyway, we were playing Heroes versus Villains, and him and I both had like 29 and 28 elims, right? And I don't even, our teammates had like 3, right? And we almost had lost the game because of that. And it's not even because of how many elims they got, it's because they just kept constantly dying. And it was one of those things where me and my friend were like forced to try to follow them, and they would just wander off, like individually. One would go one direction, one would go the other direction, and just try to fight this team. And we would sit there and watch them, and again, like, they wouldn't block, they didn't know how to dodge. I'm like, dang, like, either they're some little kids or they're brand new at the game. Either way, we're in a really bad spot right now. Games like that can be so fun. It's like, yes, they can be so frustrating when you're being sold. What being sold means is when your teammates are just purposely making you lose the game. My perception of the people that purposely sell games is because, like, they already know they're doing bad, and now they quote-unquote don't care. It's like, they care. They care a whole awfully lot, but they just want some sort of backup plan to follow up on. Oh, I wasn't really trying. Oh, I don't really care. No, you do care. You'd care if you were doing well. Now, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite or anything, because I've definitely sold my fair share of games. But in my defense, the game that I do this the most in, which I've basically stopped playing, is NBA 2K22, or just 2K in general. Now, let me explain. I could talk about my hatred for 2K almost all fucking day. So, imagine playing a 3-on-3 game where none of your friends are online, they're working or whatever. You're the only person online because you want to play this game. Maybe they're playing other games or whatever. You're playing 2K, and you're the only one online. So now you want to run a 3-on-3 game. So you hop on the dots with people who are skeptical about playing with you until they check your win percentage, your shooting percentage, making sure that you're not terrible, right? You finally get a game after about 20 minutes of waiting, okay? For your teammates to scout you, do a whole scouting report, make sure that you're okay, and for them to be worse than you are. Okay, and I've said this in this video, you don't have to be good mechanically to be good at a video game. Majority of the time, if you want to do well, the entire gameplay experience is kind of built around the decisions you make throughout the game. Okay, so if you want to play well, you gotta kind of think smart. So anyway, imagine playing an entire game up to 21 where you're not getting the ball because they're not passing it to you at all. It doesn't matter if you're wide open anywhere, they don't pass you the ball, okay? Which is mad frustrating. And or they do the pick and roll, okay, as like a play shot or whatever. So a small Steph Curry type of build and a Shaquille O'Neal type of build. Shaquille O'Neal setting screens and Curry going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right until he gets somewhat open and shoots a shot. Okay, my man shot 4 for 13. Okay, I shot 0 for 0. Okay, there's multiple games that this ends up happening in. I hate that shit. Go play twos. Go play something else. I cannot stand 2K. Okay, it's like maybe I'll play it again in the distant future. 2K23 is just around the corner, but man, there's no other game though that pisses me off. To go from that to this is so much less aggravating. You know, it's like, yeah, it's like a lot of the times you're gonna get your shit kicked in by other good players, and you're gonna have shit teammates. But dude, it's like at least you get to participate. At least you can at least play the game, and you have the option to leave. In 2K, as soon as you're in the game, you're locked in there. There's no going anywhere. If you turn your shit off, you'll probably get like an error message that, you know, you're suspended for like a day or something for quitting games. Dog, I hate NBA 2K, but I love y'all. That's gonna do it for my video. If you enjoyed, a like would mean an absolute ton. And as always, stay smooth.
Solo shoots blast. A stunning display of marksmanship that will claim more.